You asked the question, where is Danny Peddle? Well, I'm glad to let you know that seated right next to me is the one and only Abanavansansa.
Zambian. Proper.
Good to see you.
Good to be here.
Alive and kicking.
Oversize.
Shani woman.
Woman with the we know. Proper, can't complain.
The people have been asking, where is Danny Peddle? Mwabakwisa, which part of the world are you in?
I'm in Lusaka.
Okay. Lusaka, Zambia.
Lusaka, Zambia.
Doing all the good things that you do.
Chapwa.
This is going to be a very exciting and also nostalgic conversation for me, because I must start by mentioning that you are one of the reasons I am well vested when it comes to my knowledge in Zambian music. And whenever people say, B-Flow is the encyclopedia of Zambian music, I feel like the credit should go to yourself and a few others that have contributed in making sure that I have a lot of knowledge in Zambian music. You played a very important role in shaping, the direction of Zambian music in this country. How does it make you feel to know that people like myself do credit you for that?
Well, thank you for that. But as I was doing my thing, I think I was just doing my work with just the passion that I have for Zambian music.
Yeah.
Nice.
And where did that passion come from?
Myself and music is something that comes from way back. My uncle was a musician. He played for different bands, the New Cross Bones, the Mashave, the Makishi, the Kwelekwe. So he was, one person was into music, and his last band was ZNS, the Green Labels, before he passed on. So I guess he introduced me to music, because I remember when I was young, every time he was composing music, he would give me backing vocals to sing as he was doing his thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing history right there. Let's talk about your name first. So your stage name is Danny Peddle.
Yes.
Is it Master Mixer or Master Mwixer, and why?
Yeah, my stage name, Danny Peddle, and the Master Mwixer. So
that was a creative wordplay.
Yeah, because my last name is Mwikisa. So I was just like, okay, let me just play a bit with my last name. So instead of Mwikisa, so let it be Mwixer and not Mixer.
But you know how I interpreted it whenever they would say Danny Peddle, the Master Mwixer? For me, it was like, because you were a radio DJ and also a club DJ, because you also did a lot of shows.
Yes.
So like it's a combination of like a mixer, mixer and Mwikisa. So like that creativity there. Yeah, but anyway, it was a good coincidence.
Good. Very good. You did well. I love it.
Yeah, nice one. Okay, so let's take it back. How did the journey of you becoming a radio presenter begin?
Okay, after I completed my marketing course, I applied at Radio Phoenix as in the marketing department. So I joined Radio Phoenix as a sales representative, a sales rep.
Really?
I was on commission. Yeah, so after a year, then I was given a permanent position. I was the deputy media buyer. Then eventually I was the media buyer in the marketing department. So even when I was joining Radio Phoenix, I had no plans or any intentions of going on radio. It wasn't on my mind. I think God was just taking me
where you needed to be.
Where I needed to be. I never planned to be on radio or later on become a commercial musician. I never planned anything like that. But I remember in the year 1996, I'll be walking from Liwala to Kablonga Boys with my car Walkman. I'll be listening to Radio Phoenix, and somehow there was a small voice that was telling me very faint that I could be on Radio Phoenix as a presenter. But Radio Phoenix was really, really big that I didn't imagine me can be on Radio Phoenix. So it's just a voice that I ignored, and I only came to realize when I was there that actually there was that voice that was telling me. So I never planned anything.
Actually, Radio Phoenix was opened in the year 1996, and it was the first commercial private radio station.
Yes.
And it gave competition to the public radio stations that we had.
Radio Murungushi.
Radio Murungushi. Which then transitioned to become Radio 4, Radio 2, Radio 1, and the like. Yeah. So, which presenters did you listen to on Phoenix at the time? Was it K Smash, Chiro Lemba?
Yeah, mostly the person that I listened to was K Smash. I think the kind of music that he was playing, I love that kind of music because I remember every time I'd be doing my laundry on Sundays, he would do his Sunday morning breeze. Yeah, that program. I listened to him a lot, and there was Lovelands and Poems done by Jabu, and there was
the Radio Assassin.
The Radio Assassin, and then the Movements, More Funky, and there was Howard Mkoma. Wow. I listened to these guys like crazy. I would actually wait for them to come on radio and I'll listen to them. And of course, Zakadocious. That time he called himself Zak Powers.
Zak Powers.
Yes.
The man with the master plan.
The man with the master plan. Yeah.
May he rest in peace. Yeah. We'll get to that later. You shared very close relations with him. But I want to know, so when you first... you were working in the marketing department and doing all these things. You were saying, I don't know, sales rep, buyer, and all those. Media buyer?
Media buyer, yes.
Is that like a person who allocates slots?
Yes. So, I was allocating adverts and what should be played at what particular time. And not only that, I also used to go in the field looking for business.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So how did you find yourself playing music the first time?
Okay, but before that, I was doing radio voiceovers. So I was doing voiceovers for the adverts that I was getting in the field or the other adverts that came into the marketing department. Because I remember that time when you do there's what we call commercial adverts where the client would pay for a voiceover.
Okay.
So those ones, most of the radio presenters would do those ones because there was something that was coming out of that.
Okay, so the client would pay or the station?
No, the station would charge the client for the voiceover because that needed to be paid to whoever was going to do the voice.
Okay.
Then there was that for the shopping basket. So for the shopping basket, there was no voiceover monies that were going to the person doing the advert. So most people avoided those ones.
Okay.
So I had no choice. I was in the marketing department. I'm the one who was facing the clients.
Yes.
So I learned to do voiceovers. I started with shopping basket. And then now, eventually, some clients started requesting for my voice. So I had a lot of adverts in my voice on Radio Phoenix that time. And
to this day, when I think of certain companies, I relate them to your voice for some reason. I wish I could mention them, but I'm not giving them free advertising.
Yeah. So eventually, Radio Phoenix, my voice became the ID, the identity voice for Radio Phoenix. Yeah, that's how it all started.
Okay.
But now coming to your question, the first time I was on air, it was at the Heroes and Unity Day, that long weekend, the Trade Fair holiday.
Yes.
Yeah, so most of the DJs were out of the station. They went to various places to play. So the station remained unmanned. So there was very little manpower. So I was asked to, when I went to the station, I took the adverts and I took the schedule to put in the booth so that whoever presenter, they can be checking and playing the adverts. So it was Mr. Sam Sakala who was on air, and he was about to knock off. Yeah. So when I got there, then mfana ungalize vilimba ningalize mdala ningalize mdala no problem.
Confidence.
He was station manager then. So that's how I already knew how to to control the console because even before I could go on radio, I could actually play. I could sit the whole shift just playing music without talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was very familiar with the console in the booth. So when I just went there, I sat there, and then the first few minutes, Chimutunta. This is Radio Phoenix we're talking about.
How do I introduce myself?
How do I introduce myself and all that?
Did you even have a name, a radio name?
I didn't have a radio name. Yeah. So when I played the first song I remember I played was Mama by Boyz II Men.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mama, you know I love you.
And Mr. Sakala was in his office listening. Then I opened the mic and Chimutunta. Then I back announced the song. This is Mama, Boyz II Men. Then I named the group, and I was like, I dedicate this song to my mother for raising a straight child and all that. And I closed the mic.
Wow.
I was nervous. My heart was running. Then everything I just calmed down. I just came down like, Then that's how the story started.
Wow.
That's how the Danny Peddle. And later on I opened calls and people started calling, telling me I had a good voice and they enjoyed my energy and all that. So I was encouraged and I continued. Then later on, when everybody, the big fish, the big guys came back, they got back their shifts and all, then they gave me what we called the graveyard shifts.
Yes.
So I would do 03.
In the wee hours.
Yes. When people that matter are sleeping. Job on training. So I would do 03 to 06. So they gave me one shift because I was doubling it with the marketing department. So they gave me a shift on Sunday morning so that it doesn't interfere with my marketing job. So I called my session the Love Triangle.
Yes.
Yeah. And I started receiving letters from students and whoever.
From all over the country.
All over the country. So suddenly there was traction. I was receiving a lot of letters, people requesting for songs to be played and all that. Some just encouraging me. So eventually they now give me other shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So from Danny Mwikisa, where did the pedo part come from?
Yeah, and when the first time I went on radio, I was calling myself Danny Boy. Yeah. I called myself Danny Boy.
Okay.
I was already called Danny Peddle at home by everybody in Libala there because of the basketball thing.
Okay.
I was really small and fast in basketball, so they started teasing me. They started calling me Danny Peddle. I didn't like the Peddle name. So even when the first time I went on radio, I didn't want to use the Peddle name.
Yeah.
Then Mazak called me. Anyway, people already call you Danny Peddle. And now you're calling yourself Danny Boy. But, and you were calling yourself Danny Boy.
One day, Danny man.
Danny Boy. Just go with the name Danny Peddle. So that's how I just changed and I went with Danny Peddle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. So, when you started, obviously, there's a possibility that you were not really playing Zambian music. From the knowledge I have, there's a possibility that you might have even gotten into trouble sometimes for trying to introduce Zambian music on a station that was predominantly playing Western music.
Yeah.
So how did you introduce all these things that you were doing, like the motherland vibes, you did the local rhythms countdown. How did that happen where the station allows you to play hours and hours of Zambian music?
It was not easy playing Zambian music on Radio Phoenix that time. And I think we survived playing Zambian music because it was sponsored.
Okay.
So we were hiding in the name of this program is sponsored. That's why we can play Zambian music for 3 hours or so. Otherwise, Zambian music was not welcome on Radio Phoenix because I was once fired on air because whilst I was doing the local rhythms countdown.
Wow.
I was fired. That I was playing music to the gallery and blah, blah, blah. But Mr. Samuel Sakala stood up for me and said, no. This program is like this has been going on. It's not him, it's the listeners that want this program to go on. And that is actually the time that Mr. Samuel Sakala actually resigned from Radio Phoenix, because he felt maybe there was a lot of interference he was the station manager and he felt he was being controlled and all that. He didn't like that. So that is how he said, okay, I think I'm stopping. Because I was fired for playing Zambian music, but Mr. Sakala spoke for me and I was back on and I continued with promoting Zambian music. But how I started, I remember I was given a shift on Saturday, and I only had 30 minutes from 13:30 to 14 hours. And during that time, I could only play like 5 Zambian songs. So I just thought, okay, these 30 minutes that I have, I'm going to play only Zambian music. And that time, even Zambian songs from artists was difficult to get. So I had a CD from the Movie Party and a few other songs, very few songs that I could play. But when people realized that we were playing Zambian music, so they started recording and they started bringing the songs.
Wow. So you literally motivated artists to start recording because they know that there's a place they can
when
take
they record,
the music.
it's going to be played.
Do you remember some of the artists that you interacted with in the beginning who would come to you and they bring a CD, or were they just taking it to the station then you find it?
From the Movie Party, of course, the likes of the Chamanyazis, the likes of Saga, there's I remember Queen Sheba, I remember who else from Movie Party? Of course, the Michael Zulus were brands, and we already knew them. And then there were eventually the likes of Bene Kazembe. But the one that I loved the most was Lily T. Lily T. I received the music. I listened to the music. I loved the songs. I started playing the music.
Wow.
Before I met Lily.
Okay.
So by the time we were meeting with Lily T, she was like, "Oh, thank you. You've been playing my music. You know, we never even met, but you were playing my music." Like, I didn't have to know you. Your music was speaking for itself.
Wow.
But I got to know a lot of artists. I remember when a New Age, I got to meet those guys and like, I'm excited to meet these guys. It was really good.
Wow. You normally, I've heard you speak sometimes, and when you are providing counsel to the modern DJs, I've heard you speak about how shocked you get sometimes when you hear artists complaining about certain things, like an artist trying to give money to DJs for them to get airplay. Why do you get so shocked? Because I mean, artists get desperate sometimes and they feel they should give money to certain DJs. How was the situation back then?
Our situation, I mean, we played music with passion. We played music because that was our job. Okay, there was no need for me to get bribes from artists in order for me to play music. So for me, I was attaching quality to the shows that I was involved in. If a song is not good, and we feel this song is not good, it's not good. If the people won't vote for this song on the charts, for example, we want that song won't find its way somehow on the charts. If a song was number one, then it was genuinely number one.
Wow.
Because people loved it and they voted for it. For me, I didn't see it okay. There are people that would actually come with money, trying to give me the money. I would say, no, you don't need to give me money to motivate me. I'm already playing your song, or if your song is good, it's going to play. So I would tell them, like, you should have confidence in your song. So if you are trying to buy a way for your song, then you know, deep down, you know that your song is not up there, it's not good enough. So for me, I get really, really shocked, surprised when I hear that some DJs can't actually play songs because
good songs for that.
Good songs, yeah, because somebody hasn't produced money. To me, morally, I think that is wrong. That is wrong for a person who's on air. Unless that is the policy of the station that they charge, that is fine. But for me as a DJ behind getting money from artists playing their music, that shouldn't be the case. Let good songs play. Nice. At least give a chance to a song. If it's good, it will play. It will go.
Great stuff. I salute you for your integrity and thank you so much for what you have done for Zambian music.
Thank you.
My favorite show of yours was the Motherland Vibes, which used to come on Thursdays, yes. Sometimes it would start from 19, but I think it's like 18:30. Sometimes you're playing after the songs. Yes. And I love that show. You also had some very nice soundtracks, sick tunes. There was one done by a gentleman called, was it Curie Chips?
Curie Chips,
Yes. That one used to go like, Danny Peddle isa, Sodi Shenimbo, Master Mixer isa. I used to love that jingle.
And you know, I was just seated in the booth, and this guy comes. No, I know a CD. Then I read on the CD it says Curie Chips, Danny Peddle.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was just a fan.
He was just a fan. Then he just brought the CD. So I played it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wow, this is the one. And I couldn't wait to go on air.
Yeah.
Just to play that intro.
Wow.
So from that time, that's how I started playing the Danny Peddle. Yeah.
I believe you also used it when you do your club shows as well.
Yes.
Back then, DJs were more famous than artists.
Yes.
DJs would actually host shows where it's just Danny Peddle having a show at some place. Maybe the artist can even go there as just
That's how it was. I remember at Kifko
in
Kabwe. You know, I've got a soft spot for Kabwe. Kabwe really supported me. It was really good. I started making good money.
Shout out KBW.
I started making good money from Kabwe. Because I remember I would go to Kabwe, I would perform, I would get like 15 times what I was getting at Radio Phoenix.
Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah, it was that good. So it was really good. Kifko, it was Liversball. Then we went there. It was like packed outside. When we arrived in Kabwe, went inside, there was just very, very few people. They were saying, so the music was playing. Then I remember MOB.
Yeah.
Just came, I'm done. I didn't really know why he wanted me to play the sick tune.
Yeah.
Then I asked him like, but why? Then he told me that then I went there, they just put the CD there.
Yeah.
Danny Peddle isa, Master Mixer isa. Then I came out there. People just queuing up. It was Kafwa by the gates there. It was Kafwa. The power of just that intro. Yeah. So it was really, really exciting.
Yeah. Then there was also another one. It was like a rendition of Baleku Zembeleka by JK. This one was like, Danny Peddle.
Then JK came. No, I
loved it. You were such a big fan of JK. You've always been
I'm a big fan of good music.
Yeah.
So if I love the song, I'll sing along and I'll abuse the song on air. That was me. So people thought I was a big fan of JK. He did good music. He still does good music. Danny Kaya, Nasty D, Mampi, Exile, all these guys, Chameleon, these guys who came up with really good music. I'm just the kind of person who appreciates good music. Even up to now, if it's good music, I'll listen to it and I'll support
You've always
it.
loved Zambian music. So before we get into the nitty-gritties of the music, I would like us to briefly talk about your relationship with Zach Powers, the late Zakadoshas. Those moments you're talking about going to Kabwe to perform as Danny Peddle. Tell me about the moment when you first took Zach to also go with you for one of those shows.
Yeah, Zach, Peddle, mnapo sana paka hapa. Nishi, mali mtema sana. Njelawe tule ni Zach. So, that's how we go to Zach. Then we got there. Peddle na mwana nina mtapanya infidel tikakono. Takudia abantu. And you know Zach was powerful. I'm like, yeah, toaleta Zach kuno.
To a flopa.
Yeah, mweresa. Era tu flopa ile toaleta Zach.
Ya tuna.
Ya Tunisia. Sure. Then now, when I think that's the time that I played the jingle, and then how people started coming.
Oh, he was around that day.
Yes, okay. With him, but Zach was just like, because it was packed. I remember in Kifko there, if you go out, it was a struggle coming in.
Yeah.
When you lift your leg like this, so when moving, you have to slide your legs like that. That's how it was. I remember taking off shirts and but I used to be gym sana. Six pack. Yeah. And then I think I don't know how many years later, then I met this lady who was telling me that you're Danny Peddle. I've got a photo of you. How? Where? I could Kifko. Atinishi namu furara mashe. Don't post that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But
one of your regular callers back then from Kabwe was Morris Banda, also known as DJ MOB.
Yes.
MOB was like our high school DJ.
Okay.
We went to a school called Kabwe Secondary School. And he grew up playing music and loving music like that with his friend Chimuka. Shout out Chimuka, now running KNC Radio.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so these guys grew up like that. And I noticed whenever I'll be listening to your show that no matter what, Morris will call in and he will introduce himself. This is MOB from Kabwe, always supporting you. How did you finally meet him? And he used to organize shows at Go Disney.
Yeah, he used to. I remember when the first time we went to Kabwe to perform. He's one of the boys that came through. He introduced himself. That's how I met him.
Okay.
And he started organizing shows eventually.
Splash Entertainment, making things happen.
Yes, he started organizing shows, and it was like that. That's how I came to know him. And I remember there was a guy called Dell.
Yes. They used to work together. Yes.
And there was another guy also. I've forgotten his...
maybe Juice. What was that guy called?
I called him by a nickname, but I wouldn't want to say it. Because of his appearance, so I was using that name.
Not the one who had dreadlocks?
No. He didn't have dreads.
Different guy.
There was that guy. So they started organizing shows, and also that's how I came to know those guys. And I came to realize that MOB was actually skillful and talented. That he even managed to break through to come to radio.
Imagine, after being a regular caller on Phoenix, then he became an employee of Radio Phoenix. That was amazing. And we were so proud of him, and we still are.
He did well,
Yeah, amazing stuff. So then one day, I am listening to you on radio, and you're interviewing an artist called Daniel Siulapwa, also known as Danny Kaya.
Yeah.
And then while you were playing the music, you would sing along.
Yes.
And this was part of how you used to do your thing.
Those were my
sing
stations.
along.
Black Moon Tunes, the times of the Sangalala. I would rap from beginning to end.
So you were singing along, and then I remember Danny telling you, Mdala, what the voice is sumasana? Why aren't you recording music?
Yeah.
Was that the beginning, or were you already considering doing music?
Yeah, I was at that time not really like. I'd already heard some people tell me that you should sing, but I didn't take it seriously. But when I was interviewing Danny, then he told me that, and he told me that I should go to his studio.
Yes, Madhouse,
to record. He could see that I wasn't really for the idea, but you know how Danny is.
Yeah.
He emphasized that I should go there I should just try. He pushed. Then I was like, oh, okay. I will record. I'll come to your studio. Then that's how I went to his studio and we recorded Boyfriend and Girlfriend.
Give us a junk.
Twaikala sana muchitemwiko cha boyfriend and girlfriend.
Nombaka tuseshe
yichitemwiko chesu pantanshi. Twaikala sana muchitemwiko cha boyfriend and girlfriend. Nombaka tuseshe yichitemwiko chesu kuchopo. So
I can't wait.
So Danica wrote that song. Most of the song, I only wrote the last part, but that is his song, and he used to perform that song. So I was like, I like this song. They were like, okay, you can have it. So so Danica played a major role in bringing me to music, and I really appreciate that. So Danny is one person who sees talent and potential in people, and he was one of the people that moved me to go and record. Wow. So was TK, and George Wangu also was another person who was like, you should come and record. So I really appreciate these guys, and I'm forever grateful.
So at this time, George Wangu had broken away from Mondo because Mondo closed. And obviously, I remember an article in one of the newspapers where George Wangu was saying the closure of Mondo Music is a blessing in disguise because part of the equipment, he got it and went to a place called North Mid and set up JM Studios. So now, after you did Boyfriend and Girlfriend, you found yourself at Sling Beats as well.
Yes, I also recorded that from Sling Beats because Charlie Mulalami told me that, hey, you should come and record anytime you want. You should come and record. So for me, I think most of the producers, the artists, all those who had studios, I think that was a way of
appreciating you for
what I was doing.
Yes.
Because I was refusing to get the money.
Yeah.
So when they realized that I had this talent that I could sing, they instead invited me to
their studios.
To their studios.
Yeah.
Yes. So Sling Beats, Charlie Mulalami, I'm very thankful to him as well. He invited me to go to his studio. They never, and my first album, I never paid anything to anyone.
So you recorded the song Ichiloto and featured Hamova from Namanje.
From Namanje, yes. So when I got to the studio, I found Hamova actually produced that song.
Yes.
Hamova had already produced the song and he already did the chorus.
Wow.
I didn't know Hamova was going to feature on the song because I was talking with Charlie. So when I got there, I found the song and Hamova had already done the chorus. So when I got there, they're like, okay, this is the song that we were doing. You know, Hamova is so humble. He thought maybe I wouldn't like the song. So he was just there like kind of nervous in the studio. And Ozzy was there as well.
Yeah.
You know, they were just upstarting.
A family,
Yeah. So I was there. I was listening to the song. I was played again. Then I was like, switch on the mic. So I got up. I went to the mic and they pressed record. Then that's how I started.
Yeah.
Just from my head, the first line. Yosefin galalala kulota nishini mbeula uchush wose wavana fuevana nishitwa samwa one day chaisa chalota icho chintu ala chaliwe ati wapedo ni wadoni wapedo ni wabwana. So that line I just like freestyle.
Really?
Yeah, I recorded
you never wrote that.
No, I didn't write the first line. I just went and then after that that's when the writing started. And I remember my grandmother used to spoil me. She used to give me monies every time she visited our place. So I remember this time she gave me money. And when I went to sleep, I was holding it like this. But when I woke up, it wasn't there.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if it was just a very powerful dream that it looked so real. That she gave me money. I was holding on to money. And when I woke up, there was nothing. So in my dreams, I was rich. But when I woke up, the money was not there.
Wow.
So that dream also from the time I was young, it helped me in developing lyrics for the second verse.
Wow.
Life back to normal. Yeah, so it was a dream that I had when I was young. So that song was inspired by the dream that I had, and I just don't know. God works in mysterious ways. Why Hamoba had to record a song about a dream in his mind when he was writing that? It was this beautiful girl he could only see in his dream. Yeah, but I didn't want to sing about a love song.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to sing something that was close to reality. So that's how the song Ichiloto came up.
Wow.
So Ozzy's voice is also there. Hamoba's.
Are you serious?
Yeah. On the Ichiloto Kuamai. Yeah,
those guys.
Yeah, those guys. That's the General Ozzy and yeah, Hamoba and the other guys were in the studio. Teamwork. So it was really good. Then I went on and recorded with Chameleon, Chinikangagu Believer.
Yes.
Yeah, and I also did
with Tommy D.
With Tommy D.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
I love that song.
That was the one. So those are the three songs I did from Sling Beats. And from George Wangu.
Oh, hits only.
That album was the one. So
did Abanaban Sansa, which is the title track of the album, right?
Yes. Yeah, because I'm a happy guy.
Yeah.
I love fun. I love being happy. Yes. Yeah. So I did Abanaban Sansa, which featured JK and Alubutu from James Studios. Then Exile wrote a song for me on that album, where Charlo produced at James Studios. Then Savoy wrote Taha. A Lozy song on that album. Then I also did Mantiantia from James Studios.
Yes.
Then from Roma side, I did Machilamo with Alice Chuma. And the remix, TK did the remix of Chinikangagu Believer. Yeah. Then from Danny Studio, Madhouse, we did Ichitemwiko, Boyfriend and Girlfriend.
Mwachilamo is such a classic to this day.
Yeah.
It's one of the most requested old songs on radio and everywhere. When I'm listening to people talking about old Zambian music, everyone is ever asking about this. Even when we recently hosted Jimmy Over on this show, there were a lot of comments about Bapedo, the man who did Mwachilamo featuring Alice Chuma. When are you going to feature him? There's even a comment about someone who was asking, since he had Ichiloto, when you finally host him, ask him that, did the dream come true? Confirm.
Can I just say that there is power, the power of the tongue.
Yes.
The time I was doing Ichiloto, I wasn't even driving. I remember I had to get on a bus to Sling Beats. And there was like a distance from where the bus would drop you. Then you walk down.
And then go to the right like that to those houses in Porokoso Road.
Yes. So I can just say God has been faithful, and there's power in the tongue.
Yeah.
So in my own small way, I'm living my dream.
He's just being humble. He's a big machine, this one.
There's the power of the tongue. So just say good things about your life. Yeah. And when I sang Ichiloto, when I was talking about the things that I had in my dream, in real life, I was like, I need to work hard and at least leave the song. Yeah. So for my song, it's a dream come true for me. I'm happy in my small little way.
Yeah.
I can't complain. I thank God for what I have achieved so far.
So you became the first radio DJ to transition to become a musician. Just like if we look at a person like KB, he transitioned from being a radio DJ to becoming a music producer.
Yes.
But after you did that, years later, we saw so many DJs also transitioning and getting into music.
Yeah.
Others were going to do that whole DJ Khaled thing where you own the music but not necessarily singing.
Yeah, like LBC did that.
Yes. But you paved way for a lot of other DJs to also have the confidence to join the music. And it was going to be a controversial one for you, having been the one who started it, because it was easy for someone to misconstrue that and say, maybe he wants to be an artist and the like. But for you, it's because you really had the talent, and the artists also saw it, and people like Danny, and said, you do it.
They encouraged me to do it. And I must be thankful to the DJs from even other radio stations. They really played my music, and never ever on a single day did I ever pay anybody to play my music. They played the music because somehow they were supporting their own, and thank God the songs were good. So the songs put up that drive, and I became a hit and all that. The DJs played a major role. That's why up to date, like, I have a lot of respect for the DJs, because they can make or break you if you're an artist. So I'm very thankful to the DJs. They really supported me, even when I did not give them anything. They just supported me for the love.
Amazing. That's the spirit. So when you did the Abana Lansans album, did you go on tour? Did you perform around the country? Because now you were already a performer as a DJ. Now you are performing as...
I did one tour, Southern Province, and then we went to the Copperbelt. When I came back, I was able to buy a car.
Wow!
So if you see Ichiloto, the video of Ichiloto, so there's a part where I'm sleeping on the bed, and I had money, I had euros, I had USD currencies there, and Zambian kwaches. That was real money. And after we shot that, I traveled to South Africa to go and buy my...
When you said that was real, that was your money?
That was my money, yes.
Okay. You didn't have to ask for a bureau.
That was my money. So, it's that same money that bought me my very, very first car in 2005.
Wow.
And I remember going to the filling station, 50 kwacha, 10 liters, because it was 5 kwacha per liter. So
wow.
As a pedo. And I put a big speaker in that Toyota Corolla.
For the love of music.
Love of music. And I was sure.
Wow.
We thank God.
What a beautiful journey you've lived. I wanted to take it back a bit.
Sure.
On the Motherland Vibes and the Local Rhythms countdown, especially on the Local Rhythms.
Yes.
There was even a segment where you would introduce a song and literally predict that it was going to be a hit. So even you having a hit album is no surprise. You remember that segment where you would say, this is your future local hits.
Yes.
And songs would literally hit. You would predict hits.
Yes.
For me, that's amazing.
Because like when you listen to it, for me, how I know this song is a hit. For me, that time, even before I could sing, I could feel like maybe I wrote this song. There were songs like Ulei Vuksha by Chameleon.
Yes.
There were songs like So Lucky by Exile.
Yes.
There were songs like Danny's song Njelela. When I heard Njelela, I felt like I sang that song.
Yeah.
To the point that when Danny was launching his album at Mumana Pleasure Resort, after he performed it, then they went backstage. Then I asked Jack Mwale, like Hot Stepper, like, can you sing the chorus of the song Njelela? He was like, yes, I can. Then I went to the band, which was Amayenge. Then I asked Amayenge to play the song Njelela by Danny. Yeah, so when they played it, then I sang the song.
Really?
You never know what he I sang that song. So when I sang that song, then Jack Mwale came on. Then Danny, from backstage, they came now to see what was going on stage. I think even Danny was shocked, he was surprised. And from that time, I'm like, wait. We get some studio together. So I went to the studio and recorded. Yeah. So he told me that we don't have talent. So and before that, Dan would actually he made me like his MC. Every time he was performing, he would carry me as his MC and I would introduce him.
Yes.
So it was like that. So I had that bond with Danny Kaya, I had that bond with JK, I had that bond with George Wango and many other artists, the likes of MC, and it was like one big family. Big. I'm surprised I'm seeing this division between artists and DJs
today.
For me, I never experienced that, and it was one big happy family.
Yeah. And you've maintained those friendships. I see you at so many events, even to this day, working with some of those legendary artists, but you've also worked with even newer artists. I mean, artists that came slightly after those years we've described. Like, I heard you collaborate with even Slap D at some point recently on one of your songs. Are you still recording any music?
Yes, I'm recording. Actually, I have a song. Any, mini, miny, mo. Colors are the many mo. I just didn't do it. So I've recorded this song already with K-Joe. So there's just one artist that I want to be.
K-Joe is a very good producer.
Yeah. So there's just one artist that I've been chasing.
Okay.
I want this person to come and just finish up. Otherwise, I've done my part. Everything. The guitars have been played by Kenny.
Okay.
Kenny is the guy who played guitars on
Pick It Up.
Pick It Up.
Yes. The one he plays usually on a lot of Yomaps songs. Yeah.
So that guy who played that song on Pick It Up by Yomaps, he already played the songs. He's played sweet guitars.
He's good.
Sweet guitars.
We call him Kimbangu.
Yes. So he played the guitars on this song. And it's in the studio. So K-Joe actually called me a week ago. He said to push on let's finish the song. I was like, okay, like I've just been busy lately, work and all that, family issues, and it's you start shifting towards family and all that. So a lot of people ask me, but what are you doing? Music. Yeah. Like for me, I've always done music part-time.
Yes.
While I've been working on the side. So it's not that urgent for me, but the heart wants me to take me there. But it is what it is.
And your fans love you. And the good part is that your fans are now in all these decision-making positions. So what you simply need to do now, you already have a catalog, you already have a powerful discography. Just do the concerts now and bring your fans in one place.
For me, I love live performances.
Yeah, and you're a good live performer.
Thank you for that. Because I get bored when I'm doing playback. So I would rather live music. Yeah, I'd rather I do live music. It's really fun. I've performed at the Legends. I've performed at other functions as well. It's really, really good. So live music for me is the one.
Great stuff. This was supposed to be a shorter conversation, but because it's Danny Peddle, I want to keep on going and going. There's so much to talk about. But the last thing maybe is, you even gave artists nicknames. Why did you call Joe Chibangu Joe Gelo? You remember that name you gave him?
Yeah, I remember. And you tell me, I didn't know Peddle. Hey, madam kula jita jogero na young nenu ya tinanyo ya Douglas so because I think George Wango in most of his songs he would sing about love.
Yes.
So bikagelo this
kagelo kako kanida buisa.
That's what we did with Danny.
There was another one.
Yes. So on most of his songs he Male waka gero. Or like Christo Sean, in most of his songs, Male waka subawani.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would call Christo Sean that.
Yeah. Kasuba we mwana wa mwana bemba waliemba.
Yeah. So that I would pick something from the songs and I would sometimes call like Nalu, I would call Nalu Namfumu.
Oh, because of the Namfumu
song. So that is me.
Mwanamfumu actually.
Mwanamfumu, I was connecting to most of.
And you have a lot of respect for Kangwa. Israel.
Yes.
Exile.
Yeah.
I remember you saying something on radio where you say you were so amused by the way he used the word, the line "toffee sweet" on what song is that? The wedding song. What is it called? Siku ya Lelo. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You were like, you said something like, even if I was given 100 chances to write a song, I wasn't going to think
No
of.
way. No way. No way. Exile is so Exile now.
Yeah.
That guy is so talented.
Yeah.
So I saw that in PJ.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that in Chef 187.
Yeah.
And which other artist has like really gotten to me the way?
skills.
Yeah. Shmaster as well is one of the people that
Deep.
are really deep in the way they write. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
These guys, the way they write their music is really good. They're deep. That's talent. You can't take away that from anyone.
You know what? Instead of us talking about them, I'll just invite them on this show
bring
and
them.
we'll talk to them.
You
soon.
should bring them, and they should. Those guys are so much talented, and I've got respect for those guys. And the other person who's deep in writing is Charlie Mulalami.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that Charlie would actually write and sing the song and
the
give it
artist
to the
would just-
artist, to replace his
vocals.
And Exile also
does that.
like in the song Nalema.
Yes,
Yeah, you could actually hear Exile. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Good stuff. We can go on and on. So we are at MyTech Systems Solutions somewhere in Woodlands, and these guys have been gracious enough to allow me and legendary Danny Peddle to have a conversation at their premises. And these guys are known for things like providing Starlink internet services to anyone in Zambia. They're also known for various IT services, of course. They do CCTV as well, and many other things to do with if you're technology here. Yeah, so MyTech System Solutions, thank you for hosting us. Yeah, man. So my name is Super Fantastic Video Flow. You gave me the assignment. You said I should find Danny Peddle, and I found Danny Peddle, and we've had such an amazing conversation. Let me know if I managed to tackle the assignment the way you wanted it. Danny Peddle, it's been a pleasure of mine to host you here. I'm not a journalist, but I enjoy talking to people like yourself.
Thank you so much, and thank you to everybody that accorded me the opportunity to be invited by this great guy. Thank you for that. I'm alive in Lusaka.
Yes.
Awesome. My God has been good to us.
And open for bookings.
Open for Zambia Charoches.
How can people reach you?
I'm on social media.
Nice.
Need Danny Peddle fe. Yeah. And of course, danny.mwikisa@gmail.com. So that is where mostly I receive that is my mail ID. Yeah. Danny DNY .mwikisa@gmail.com. Or you can get me via inbox, of course,
Facebook.
On Facebook, and also on Instagram. Yeah, and on my WhatsApp line. A lot of people know my line, so they'll get it. I don't know if I should mention my number, but they
can also find it on your page, I guess.
On my page, yes. Yeah, so they'll find me on my page.
Okay, great stuff. Yeah, the one and only Danny Peddle. Let me know who you want me to host next. Big up. Salute.